You came into office last year, not up to a year. Now, what was the situation like at the Commission, as not many people seem to know what is going on at the NIPC?
I joined, or I assumed office in NIPC on the 26th of May. I was appointed effective 19th of May, and then took over 26th of May 2014. Of course, when I went in there, my vision on day one was to transform NIPC into a world-class investment promotion agency that is comparable to any in the world, and also transform it into a gold standard of excellence on the African continent. And I had a range of pillars, and everything I've done since then until today, when we had the media palace, is towards that journey, because we must have an investment promotion agency that is world-class, and for it to play the same role or even a better role that some of the IPAs have played in their own economies. When you look at the world, some IPAs have played a major role in the development of their economies today. You look at maybe countries like Singapore, like Turkey, and a host of them. They've had IPAs that have been very strong institutions, and so my focus was to ensure a strong institution is built on a strong foundation that will effectively deliver on its mandate. Of course, I did meet a situation that leaves or had much to be done. I saw there were deep capabilities of the institution that need to be improved on. There were gaps that need to be closed. There were most issues that would actually assist or help an organization be on a strong foundation were absent. Or better still, let me use a kinder word, were not as adequate as they ought to be. So I now had to go to town, and I had to now sort out first things first, because you must sort out first things first. So look at, okay, policy, processes, strategic plan, job descriptions, all of those things rolled into one. What do we need to do? And look at them and have to put them on ground, because for you to take decisions to the next level, there must be a foundation that is strong. And if we don't do that, then we can't be effective. So that is what I've been trying to do. We have consultants working with us, working through the vision to see that we actually bring up plans that would ensure we're able to be that strong institution, provide a leading role in investment promotion in Nigeria, and also a leading role in the investment ecosystem, an investing ecosystem.
What other agencies are you working with to achieve the growth or the increase in investment in Nigeria?
Different agencies of government, but for now, we have all of them listed in the coordination framework that we're developing now. But let me give you an example. An example. About a week ago, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Of course, that the name says it's in charge of promoting exports, ensuring this development of the export, other sectors of the economy, export-wise. So we've asked them that you tell us what's your key strategy? What sectors are you looking at to bring in investment or require investments to develop? And that's the level we are with them. They've identified some ways that they require investments to drive, and we'll be working along with them to ensure that we'll bring in the right investment to those sectors. Also looking at, for example, the Nigerian Industrial Revolution Plan, which is the NIRP, bringing out the investment requirements to actually develop those sectors or the different industries and sectors contained in the plan, and then making sure we get those investments. Also, we'll be looking at maybe other agencies like the Industrial Trust Fund, where they're largely in charge of training and skills, development in the country. So looking at them and saying, if we're getting investors in this sector or that sector, ITF, maybe we need, why don't you begin to train this kinds of people and that kind of people to take, so that when investment is actually has been actualized, there will be no death of skills and all of that. So it's strategic relation with each agency. We even started signing with some governments, state governments, subnational governments. We've started, I think, with one or two. We'll just slow down a bit because, of course, the political landscape it has to rest first before we can continue. That's why we just slow down on that. But all key agencies, we're recognizing who are those agencies we must interface with in the business of investment promotion, coordination, monitoring, and all of that. So that we're developing, and once we do that, there's some we would have to sign MOUs with, and some would also increase our level of engagement.
Nigeria was rated as the most watched economy among frontier markets by the Wall Street Journal Sentiment Index. That means that all eyes on the country. What does this say to you, and what plans do we have in terms of taking advantage of the opportunities that these brings to us?
Very exciting to hear that once again. I think this was said by the Wall Street Journal, that it's the most watched frontier market by a lot of industries. They're willing to invest in our country, and they're just watching to see how things go. So for us, we find it very exciting, very interesting. In fact, immediately after we read that particular article, we started reaching out to them. We need to know who these are, so that the actual companies, so that we can start talking to them and promoting the different sectors of the economy, or see what they're interested in and start working on it for them. And for us, like I said earlier, very interesting, and we're on that, and we're sure to follow up, because beyond just saying it's a lead for us, to follow up with these companies and ensure we actually get them to come and invest in Nigeria. That shows you that Nigeria's potential is enormous, and that what is happening in the oil sector today should not make us lose sleep. It's just a short-term, challenge. In the medium to long term, it's for us to ensure more investments into different sectors of the economy that would actually diversify the revenue base of this economy. Also, more investment that would ensure production of non-oil exports. Because once we have non-oil exports, much more of that, then certainly there will be more foreign exchange coming into the country. And once we're able to get industries that will also produce what we normally buy from outside, which is import substitution, there'll be forest conservation. And once those two play, you can imagine the impact. Certainly our Naira would someday could even be 1-to-1 with the dollar, once we're able to harness the full potential of this economy. We see a huge opportunity for our country, because they say opportunity comes disguised as challenges, as workloads. So it's going to make us also focus more intensely on diversifying the economy of Nigeria, which has started, because from the recent rebasing you can tell that diversification has taken place. But let's do it on a bigger scale now, with more intensity, with more focus, and so much we have to put into it to make sure we realize the full potential of the agri sector, of the soil mineral sector, and services, tourism, all of them. So many of them, we have almost everything some countries depend on. But it's just for us now. The call is on us as the people on this side, on the government side, you as the media, and other stakeholders. We have to, it's a collective effort to ensure that we drive the development of our country.
At this point, I'd like to say thank you for talking to us, Mrs. Saratu Umar.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you.
At this point, we'll wrap up the program. We'd like you to send us your thoughts and comments via emails and tweets. You can also watch this program on channelstv.com. Thank you for spending some time with us. I am Bolaji Akinwale.